Toronto's short-term rental market, along with most of the hospitality industry, suffered some major blows during the pandemic. But now that more travel and visitors to Toronto are expected, the city plans on stepping up its enforcement of illegal operations. Only there are some people who say it's easy to skirt the rules.
We're starting to use discovery techniques, audits. We're looking at websites. We're seeing how things are advertised. We're seeing message boards.
Toronto has vowed to crack down on so-called ghost hotels and the illegal operation of short-term rental properties in the city once again. Bylaws introduced at the start of last year require landlords to register with the city for licenses, and with renewals come inspections.
We're seeing a whole host of things that are raising red flags that are causing us to either through renewals do re-inspections and advertisements, a lot about basement apartments and secondary suites, which aren't permitted under the regulations.
The rules state the property needs to be the primary residence of the owner in order to rent it out. Browse online and it's easy to find a number of operators with multiple listings. One host, named Skyview, has 125, many of which are separate condos across the city.
The basement apartments that are being converted into illegal short-term rental uses are not really the problem in the city of Toronto. The problem is really people that have converted mostly condominium units into short-term rental ghost hotels over the years.
City officials say there were as many as 15,000 illegal short-term rentals in Toronto before the pandemic. And at last check, there were less than 5,000. Just 100 charges were laid last year, though, against operators, not necessarily the property owners, which, according to some, is a big part of the problem.
If somebody hires a third party to manage short-term rentals in their property, they have taken part in facilitating short-term rentals. Under several sections of the bylaw, they are covered and they can be charged. They're saying it's impossible.
A possible loophole being exploited that the city doesn't seem worried about right now. Instead, plans are to use new resources to continue to go after those simply listing the space and the platforms they use.
It is an issue, and if we see it as continuing to be an issue that would have to refine our bylaw, that's something we would look to do. Right now, again, our focus has been on the operator and the platforms, and we've seen a significant reduction in these.
The city, until this point, have actually had 3 enforcement officers for the thousands of short-term rentals that exist in the city. That number will increase to 7 once staff are redeployed, expecting, of course, that many more rentals will be taking place in the months to come.